back at it again.
On a school night.
They said it would never be done. We just proved them wrong simply by hitting the on-air button.
That's right.
I'm Rick.
I'm Kirsten.
This is Audio Orgasm. And yeah, we went with the name. After all the bitching about it, we went with it.
There wasn't any bitching.
Well, okay.
You were like, I don't know.
Yeah.
You of all people.
Well, because I thought of it. And we all know my ideas are bad. I mean, shit. So, anyway.
It's catchy.
Yes, it is.
It's just a little bit naughty.
Quite, yeah. I'm breaking into the wine tonight, as you can hear. Oh, yeah. Holy shit, I got enough one glass.
Oh, my gosh.
This is going to be a very short show tonight.
We still have some other things.
You know,
desperate.
I have to say, I feel sorry for people who work in real radio and XM Sirius satellite. They can't get fucked up on the job like we do.
That's right.
There we go. Show fuel. Anyway. This is Audio Orgasm, and basically we went with the name because basically we never know what's going to come out of our mouth. It's just a spew of stuff.
It's usually delightfully funny.
Absolutely.
Mostly.
Yeah, I mean...
Or intense.
Very intense in some fashion, yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's meant to be real. I mean, we literally just meant for this to be real.
Exactly.
Because, we know there's enough fake shit in the world today, so, it's like...
A lot of fake shit.
Absolutely. I can think of 73 million people right about now, but, hey.
Yeah. Well, we're not going to talk politics.
No, not at all.
Every time we say the T word, you have to take a drink.
Oh, God.
Okay.
Thank God we're not doing video. Yeah,
blowing
anyway.
the wine bottle. That's... Wow. You sure you're
That's your job.
Hey.
That's true. Anyway, so we were talking on our last and first premiere episode about our exes. That's why we called it the X Factor. Because the X Factor, in that your ex can really factor into your life about the shit you carry forward into new relationships and all that good stuff. And we had a really nice venting session last time about, just to get stuff off our chests, to help you guys get stuff off your chest if you feel the need, relate. That everybody goes through the same shit, pretty much. We're all the same animal. Honestly, we get right down to it, we're all the same animal. We all experience the same stuff, and all that. And, there's always something to relate to that way.
In the same way we avoid things.
Absolutely.
We all have avoidance patterns that are similar.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. So, so we started talking about that a little bit and got a lot of stuff off our chest that we didn't have to pay a therapist for.
What was it? Shithead and tofu?
Shithead and tofu. Yep. Those were the nicknames we picked out last time. If you didn't know that, then go back and listen to the first show. Mm-hmm. Anyway, but so we did. We got a little stuff off our chest that, now we can save on our medical insurance.
Therapy.
Sorry, therapist, you don't get this hour. So, yeah, absolutely. And so we did. We got little things off our chest about that. And so, we said we would talk a little bit more about it. I don't know any more ground that we could cover that we didn't really steamroll the shit out of the first time. So.
Well, I think I talked more about more specifics. And, your specifics were a little less.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, even, and sad thing is like, on tragedy level for crappy relationships, I mean, we both went through our own hell on that, kind of thing. And each person walks their own hell that way. I mean, one person has a spike through their head and another one has a hangnail, but they both think they're going through hell, on the same level of hell, when, it's apples and asteroids. But
it's all subjective, as they say.
Yep. But we can definitely say that we took the shitty end of the stick when it came to relationships and whatnot, because, there are people out there that go over, above, and beyond in a relationship. Right. I did that, you did that. We definitely accommodated our other self-absorbent half, and as sad as that is, that's how it works sometimes. Yep. People go through that time and time again. It's not until you reach a relationship like what we have, you and I now, that we can appreciate, what we have now.
Right.
That connection we have, which, was for us a really, really good, I would say, long-term, for a long time connection. Mm-hmm. So... And now the story of how we met.
Well, and also, like, right now, because of the way we met, there's kind of like 4 people in our relationship right now because we are kind of still working through the residual effect of shithead and tofu.
Oh, yeah. I thought you meant something completely different. I was like, yay! So, you know.
No, threesomes. Oh, of course. Typical guy.
Typical.
I'm glad you're a typical guy because I haven't been with one like that in 20 years.
Oh, my God.
Thank you. Let's clink to that.
There we go.
A normal male.
Yes. Yes. And to a female who gives as much as she gets.
That's right.
There you go.
We don't need to discuss the details.
No, not at all. No.
But yeah, I mean, it's like both of those people come up in our conversations on a daily basis.
Right.
And not even like in a way like, oh, woe is me. It's
right.
more like, can you believe I put up with this shit? Oh, yeah, and another thing he used to do. Oh, and another thing he used to do. Oh, and another
right.
thing shithead used to do. Oh, and yeah, another thing shithead used to do. And another thing tofu used to do. Oh, you know, he used to do this to me. He used to say this. And it's like, that's been going on for like 4 months.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I think the other day I just kind of looked at you and I said, you know, someday it'll be nice that neither name comes up.
Yeah.
In a day-to-day conversation.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Because it is so colored, skewed our perception of what a normal, quote-unquote,
mm-hmm.
relationship is. You know, you're kind of...
Yeah.
You know, it's almost mind-boggling. Like, we're almost too normal.
Yeah. I mean, that's the weird part about it. When you spend so much time with somebody who is so fucked up for so long, on the abnormal things, you sacrifice so much, and you just ebb away at your own personality and your own wants and your own desires to accommodate that other person. It happens over such a long period of time.
Right. And then it just becomes normalized. It's
right.
That's a very common word right now, normalizing things.
Yes.
But you do become normalized to the other person's eccentricities.
Right.
To the point where you don't even notice that you're accommodating, you're just doing it constantly.
Exactly. It's like subconscious takes over.
And for you, it was like, well, I have 2 kids to take care of, so
mm-hmm.
I'm just going to do what I have to do to deal with her.
Exactly.
And make sure I'm here for my kids.
I absolutely 100% totally tuned out the last 3 years. You know,
yep.
I gave her a warning, and it was, you know, you're going to lose me, you know, kind of thing. And it was like, yep, okay, you know, and, you know, maybe like a week worth of change, if even that.
Yep.
And then it was reset right back to the same old thing. And, you know, I just right there and said, you know, I know that this is not going to change.
Right.
You know.
Yep.
And when it came to the divorce, it was, you know, we were on our way there. I had thought about it, you know, a lot in those 3 year time or whatever, but she just beat me to the punch
mm-hmm.
in that, you know, just throwing down the gauntlet first and saying she wanted the divorce. But, you know, I mean, that's fine. That's fine, you know, because, you know, it led us to where we are today.
I know,
so, which is a good thing because we can more appreciate what we have now.
Right.
You know, our thing, and has been with us as much as anybody else out there listening that has found that relationship that clicks and it works, and it's like, you know, you're together for 3 months and you feel like you've been together for 300 years because it clicks so well and it becomes so natural and so normal and all that, you know, you really start to realize, you know, just how messed up things were, you know, and how much time you wasted.
Oh, yeah. I think the time waste is the biggest thing because I had resigned myself I think I checked out of the marriage about 5 years ago, and right around the same time you, about 3 years ago, I was like, well, I guess this is just the way it's going to be, and I'm going to live my life by myself because this person doesn't really want to participate, or really can't participate in a lot of things.
Exactly.
And frankly, there were other men in that family that had similar marriages. It's just kind of their thing in that family. So I had resigned myself to that, and just being alone. Right.
I mean, it didn't help the fact that there were social deficits there, but the fact that the family itself, you know, had that type of, you know,
mm-hmm.
disconnected interaction, you know, or interconnection with each other, that became the norm and was, you know, enabling just the dysfunction.
Right.
You know.
Right.
So in that regard, you know, it's you know,
it's sad.
It's sad. It's sad because in a way it's not their fault, but But they do self-identify with the problem, that there is a problem there. They know it. They'll say it, you know,
Yep.
That I can't connect to you, or I can't give you this, or I can't give you that. And it's like, well, I need this and I need that. I need a normal relationship.
Yeah, well, honestly, and I didn't think, I wasn't thinking that way.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize what I needed until way too late.
Right. Well,
I wasn't raised to think about, no matter how much my mom told me I was self-absorbed, I wasn't raised to think about my needs.
Yeah.
At
exactly.
all.
Exactly.
So I didn't. I just thought, I'm being a good wife.
Yeah.
You were being a good husband.
Yep. Isn't like, and I've said this before, and I'll say it again. Isn't it funny how the people who love the most receive the littlest amount?
It seems true.
You know.
I mean, I had a boyfriend who told me that I gave too much. He's like, well, I see everything that you're giving, and I can only handle so much.
Yep. I used to have a girlfriend that just kept saying, give me more, give me more, give me more. And I'm like, I'm tired. I need a sandwich and a nap. So, it's like, shit.
And who was that?
We'll just, for safety's sake, we'll just leave that. A little bit of I'm getting a look here. God, thank God we're not on video.
You're not talking about me.
No.
Okay, because I don't...
No.
Well,
that was just sheer comedy right there. That was just comedy injection.
Okay, we're still learning about each other a little bit here, so you'll have to forgive us. We have pauses where I'm kind of like giving him that look like,
yeah,
what does that mean?
Exactly. Yeah. The what's that supposed to mean look? Yes, exactly.
But I think you're absolutely right. Like, can totally appreciate our relationship.
Oh, absolutely. That's the funny thing about it. It's like, you go so long, it's such a slow emotional death that you just don't know you're dying until, somebody wakes you up.
Yes.
Kind of thing. And
I remember one of our first conversations on the phone, one of our first. I don't know, we've been talking for about a week, I guess. Mm-hmm. And I actually got in my car at night and drove over to McDonald's so I could have a conversation with you. And I said, I think you're kind of like a catalyst in my life. You're like, yeah, I woke you up. And I'm like, yeah, you did.
Yeah. Like a Louisville Slugger to the back of the head.
Yeah. And it was, my dad cautioned, he's like, well, just because Rick talks to you doesn't mean anything. Tofu didn't talk to you.
Right.
Not like conversation. I couldn't have a conversation with him. He didn't know how to converse.
Exactly.
He wasn't able to. It was exhausting for him. If I wanted to have a conversation with him, I would look over and his eyes would be closed and be laying down.
Right.
Especially if it was about something that's slightly difficult. So with you, it was like everything was open. You talk about feelings, emotions, anger, history, past, everything.
I have always...
Nothing was off the table.
Right. I've always been an open book.
Yeah.
That's the thing, because I've always never wanted people to misunderstand what I mean or ever have a question, about anything. And I think a lot of that had to do with going through cancer and a lot of other experiences in my life that was like, there's no value in being a poser or being something you're not.
Or holding your cards that so close to your chest.
Yeah.
I mean, can you imagine being married to somebody who's writing a novel for 10 years and won't show you one flippin' sentence? It's like, what is that?
Exactly.
It's just a poor example, but like, I don't know. It was, and the weird thing is, we hadn't really talked to each other for 30 years.
Right.
And so...
Which brings us back to how we met, which is funny because we both met when we were very young. I mean...
Yes, extremely.
Extremely young, That's the thing. I was first married and, we met each other about second year into my marriage and, we were just friends. We both worked in the same area together, and it was just one of those real casual friendships and whatnot.
Well,
as far as...
Casual, yeah, on the outside.
On the outside, right. I mean, it was very, amicable, very friendly kind of thing. We just talked and stuff and, and things like that and shared, limited experience because we didn't really talk a whole lot, get to talk and really in depth. We didn't get that kind of time. But, the feelings were there.
Yeah.
As right and as wrong as that is, the feelings were there. At least, for me, it was really strong. I mean, that way. It was really strong. And I had to, wrestle with that one. But, it's like,
oh, yes. I mean, I remember not everybody, but a lot of people were like, well, he's married. I'm like, yeah, I know. I can be friends with a married person.
Right.
Well, blah, 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 blah. And some people were like, they didn't care. And some people were just telling me all kinds of untruths.
Right.
About you.
Sure, I'm sure. Yep.
But I mean, I was absolutely, completely, and utterly smitten.
Yep.
The second I met you. The second I saw you, I was like, wow, he's really hot. He doesn't belong here. Why is he in that outfit? You know,
Exactly.
It's like this like golden, tall, skinny, god-like guy floating around with a broom, and you know, and green khakis, and this gorgeous mane of fucking, you know, blonde hair and a little bit of eyeliner on and a fucking earring, and I'm like, this guy is totally hot. What is he doing here?
Right. In my people, it was 1987. So,
right.
okay, you know.
So we can get into your, you know, your home music stuff. But yeah, so
yes.
It was definitely lust at first sight.
Oh, absolutely.
No question about it. And I even had my friend say to me, she goes, he's really skinny. And I'm like, who cares? Look at his face.
Right.
You know, but
I've had lots of people describe me in lots of ways. None of it was like what you just described.
I know.
Hence why I worked in radio and not television. So, you know, at least as far as I was concerned on that one.
No,
but
you were very, 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 very cute.
Yeah. Well, and it was your eyes that got me
better skin than I did, you jerk.
Well, you know, I do try to take care of myself there, love. Mm-hmm. You know, so, you know, I mean, geez.
Yes, you do.
Yes, I do. You know,
but yeah,
I had a regiment. I had a regiment. Such a metrosexual here.
He is like the epitome of metrosexual, but not a poser about it.
Mm-hmm.
Just totally that way.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I didn't know about that. It was weird. I mean, it was admittedly an attraction that was unspoken, like
exactly.
the depth of it.
Right.
We didn't really talk about it. Even when I came to your house and we just sat there and talked for 2 hours, there was still no conversation about how we really felt about each other. It was pretty obvious we're sitting there holding hands.
Right.
But
could still be construed as like almost a friendship thing.
Exactly.
You know, because, you know, it was true. I thought I was way out of my league with you because you were just absolutely gorgeous. You know, your eyes were the first thing I saw, which really got me, and then you turned around and, you know, then it was like, oh, hello. Yes, the butt doesn't quit. That was just amazing. But, you know, it was like something that I was scared shitless.
Yes.
Yeah, I was scared shitless. You were scared shitless. So we never said anything audibly.
Not really.
To each other to do that, you know, to confirm that. So I always just thought I was out of my league with you. And
I was like, he's married. What are you doing?
So,
what are you doing? So
so we walked away.
I had to walk away.
Yeah. Yep.
I didn't want to, but I had to.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is the funny part about this is that, you know, we weren't able to keep in contact with each other. I went my way in life, you went your way in life for 32 years.
Right.
You know, and we lived our life. We weren't in contact at all. And, you know, at the worst and lowest point of my life, going through the divorce and all that stuff, I get a Facebook message out of the blue that says, "Hi, my name is Kirsten. I wonder if you remember me." And I'm like, oh my God, my heart leaped into wherever the fuck it goes. So I just know I couldn't feel most of my extremities, you know, and it was like, oh my God, of course I remember you because I never forgot you. And I think at that point it was like, you know, that's when the feeling started, I mean, just reigniting. I mean, not like it ever went away, but really took me back to that moment where it was like I had absolute utter love for you. And it was like, you know, I wasn't going to let that slip away again. So, you know, flash forward, year and a half later, something like that, you know, I mean, and here we are together. And it's like, you know, how I talked about on the last show, you know, you never know what life is going to throw at you. You never know where you're going to end up. You never know, you know, that you would ever have the chance of, because it's one in a, you know, umpteen trillion, that the person you're supposed to be with, your absolute soulmate, the person you click with the best, number one, you had a chance at that the first time but didn't take it.
Right.
So on that second time was, oh, hell no, I'm not going to let this slip through my fingers again. I mean, nobody ever gets that kind of a chance in life.
No. So
you really have to grab, you know, the bull by the horns on that one and, you know, definitely take a chance on that. And for us, we did it and it worked. And worked amazingly.
Right.
You know, we've only been together, you know, literally together, living together, you know, and whatnot for 6 months.
Right.
6 months.
6 months.
I was literally going through the math today.
Mm-hmm.
6 months, and anybody who would watch us and hear us talk and see us together and all that would think we'd been together for the last 32 years.
I believe that, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Some of the first pictures we took together, it was like, kind of stopped me in my tracks, because it's like, that looks like a couple that's been together a long time.
Yeah.
It's just there's a certain energy there of people who have a certain ease with each other.
Right.
And I think we were a little bit nervous in the beginning, but we're just very connected on so many levels.
Yeah, yeah. Because that connection never really broke.
It didn't.
That's how I feel about it. You know?
And also, we talked about feeling like we lived parallel lives, even though we didn't ever see each other.
Right. We didn't see each other. We didn't grow up together, but yet.
We didn't talk to each other.
Right.
I had no idea where you were.
Right.
It was that disembodied voice that told me to call you, to try to find you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which sounds weird, and it is weird, and it's weird.
Yeah.
And I am not one to, like, really listen to that very often.
Right. Yeah.
I usually, if I get a gut feeling about something, and I'll, like, my brain will immediately start to analyze it and pick it apart, and then I will decide not to act.
Right.
But that's kind of my wheelhouse, I guess. It's a safety precaution.
Right.
It's like, okay, you might feel that way, but
right.
Left turn.
Well, because we've both invested in other people that we thought were going to be a sure thing, and turned into like the worst fucking decision ever, kind of thing. So those past experiences really make you second guess where you're coming from and who you can trust, and whether you can trust your own judgment and all that. So yeah, relationship after relationship and time after time, you just die a little bit more inside each time and close off a little bit more each time and trust a little bit less each time and all that.
Right.
And I think for like, as soon as I saw you that first time, it was, here's my heart, here's all of it, 100%, here's all of it. If it gets, stomped on, shit on, whatever, that wasn't going to deter me from giving you my all, so that way. And, for all intents and purposes and everything else, it turned out to be the best decision that I've ever made in my life.
Me too.
So.
Totally.
Yep. To the point where we're doing radio shows together.
Not only my job makes me feel dead inside.
Right, exactly. No kidding. Absolutely. Much like the world how it is right now, it's dead outside.
It really is. And
so
scary.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's that's the sad thing. It's like I'll post it on Facebook. It's like everybody's going on about COVID-19 and how bad the world is and all that, and all I can think of is, wow, 2020 has been the greatest year of my fucking life. So,
and it makes total sense.
It does.
That would work out that way for us as individuals and as a couple, just because of all the weird shit that's happened to us in our lives.
And we're starting a new relationship under a lockdown.
I know. You got to know you love that person if you're just with them all the time. Well, it's like, well, that's all I wanted anyway, so I got my wish.
I don't give a shit. Put those dirty socks and panties any way you want. I don't care,
Nothing like spending a month in a hotel room and there's nobody else around except the people that own the flippin' hotel.
No shit. Yes. Yes.
Had nobody there.
And if you all know the hotel industry, it's all owned by like either foreigners, whatnot. So every now and again you get the are you two okay in there? Can I get you any more sheets? Should I call 911?
Right.
Right. So true.
You go in there, we never see them.
Yes. We don't know what they're doing there.
Takeout containers outside in the garbage, so we think they'll be all right.
We could have been ordering yellow cake uranium off fucking Amazon for all anybody knows, Jesus Christ. But it's the best fucking time ever, because it's like I felt 21 on 22 all over again.
Oh, hell yeah. I think it was a great way to kind of ease into living together.
Yeah, absolutely.
But there definitely, what I want to say is there was definitely an urgency for me to want to spend as much time with you as possible.
Oh, me too.
Because once I knew I wasn't going to walk away, and I knew that, I just instantaneously knew that this is the kind of relationship I had thought I was going to have.
Right.
And that was just based off of us talking.
Right.
And one meeting in person after 30 odd years.
Yeah.
And I was like, as I was driving home from the coffee shop that first time, I was like, oh no, I'm in trouble. Not in a bad way.
Right,
just,
right.
You know.
All I thought was, you're still hot.
I know.
So.
But yeah, I just like remember sitting there in the coffee shop, and that bubble feeling was just right there. And
yeah, the bubble. If anybody who doesn't know what the bubble is, then they have not found their soulmate.
That's right.
So you'll know what it is when you find it. Guaranteed.
Yes,
we can explain it all day long, but
it doesn't.
It doesn't translate.
No.
Yeah, it does not translate.
No, it doesn't.
No, absolutely not. You know, it's just a feeling, and that's the way it is. It's a feeling, it's a connection, and it's just there, and you're
it's
aware of
something
it.
you know in your gut, in your soul, everything, that you cannot walk away and you don't want to.
Right. Exactly.
So,
yes. What do they call that? Quantum entanglement, right?
Quantum entanglement. Well, I think we talked about like so many similarities to us, even down to the really weird stuff like favorite sandwiches and spices and phrasing and how we say things, and we'll say things at the same time at the same moment, the same way, with the same inflection, with the same kind of sarcastic whatever, you know. It was just uncanny.
Yeah.
So we kind of think we kind of lived a parallel life.
Yeah.
All these years.
Inbred in Arkansas.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
yeah, just bizarre.
Great, yes.
And it's hard to explain to people that are listening, because if you haven't experienced that, then you don't know. It's like the best drug in the world.
Right. Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah, we need like a hotline. People can call in. It's like 555-GASM. You know, call in.
There we go.
So.
Oh, really? And he said what? Oh, no. He's not for you. No.
Right.
No.
Exactly. Yes.
Or yes.
Yes.
That sounds great.
Right. Thank you for calling in. We're listening.
I know, right?
Exactly. Yeah. Unlicensed therapy through radio airwaves. I love it. You know. It's so true, but it's just that shared experience of, you know, we share it with everybody out there, and, you know, they're either nodding their head at it going, oh my God, yes, or they're like, oh, these guys are on fucking crack. You know? So, you know, one half dozen or whatever that goes, is it one dozen, half of the other, whatever.
Half a dozen of, I don't know.
Yeah.
6 of one and half a dozen of the other.
Yeah, that's it.
That's the phrase.
Yeah, that's it. I can never remember that, but, you know, then again, I'm 54 years old. I can't be expected to remember everything, so yeah, shit.
Right.
And luckily we're in lockdown, so I never have to forget where I live. So, yeah.
Or where you work.
Exactly, working from home. That's it.
That's right.
I mean, that's the other cool part that, you know, we have. You know, it's like we're here, we're in our home. You know, we both work, you know, separate jobs, but we both work from home now, and it's like, you know, it couldn't be any better. You know, it's either
exactly
homemade stuff.
wanted.
Yeah, it's like homemade stuff for dinners or DoorDash or what do you know, order. You know, the whole world is on ordering our life in.
No shit.
Seriously.
You can get anything delivered to your door.
Oh, hell yeah. Yep.
Anything. We're going to test that out this winter.
Right? Anything from cheese balls to animatronic sex dolls. You can have it all, ladies and gentlemen.
They can give me a dozen eggs here without breaking them. That'll be cool.
Right. No shit. We're like set for the Armageddon. Seriously.
No kidding.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Gotta love the day and age we live in right about now. So, you know. But, you know, that's how it goes. I mean, you know, it couldn't be a worse time for the world, you know, but as sad as it sounds, it couldn't have been a better time for us. So,
totally.
So I can't get all sad and all upset, you know, about who's wearing a mask, who isn't wearing a mask, or anything like that in public or whatever like that, because I'm still giddy walking on fucking cloud 9, you know, over the fact that my life has turned around completely for the better. So, yeah.
Me too.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm way happier. Way much happier now.
Yeah.
Just having an integrated, complete relationship.
Absolutely. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So true. And, you know, I think most
the
of
give and take is 50-50 and it's effortless.
Right.
So people who say that you have to work at a relationship, I think that's bullshit.
Absolutely.
If you have to work too hard, it's not the right relationship for you.
Right. It's sad. You know, that's definitely true. That is definitely true. So we will pick up on a new topic on our next time, on our next show, and we'll have to pick something really good, you know, to talk about. So
we're not going to talk about that anymore.
You can always email us at our email, which is audio orgasmshow@gmail.com. I'm Rick.
I'm Kirsten.
We'll see you guys real soon.